Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online, the SLOTRO edition. This is Gnarlrynae here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlrynae. Good girl. I hope everyone, well, let's see, in America we celebrated Labor Day. I know around most of the rest of the world it's May Day and stuff, but if you did have a holiday yesterday, and I actually did for once, I usually work them all at the hospital, but I actually had the day off and had a very decent time, I've got to say. So I hope y'all did as well. In doing whatever you were doing and for whatever reason, including working. I hope you had a good time if you were out working as well. We are back here on Gnarlrynae. We are looking around here at Dualon, where we were talking to Isfaran about his quest that his friend Berenin had left him, the 3 riddles. And I'm going to have to admit defeat. That, and I appreciate Trotter. I appreciate very much your hint. It was a wonderful hint. You know, look for something in the Lord of the Rings that was described as a day's march or day's journey or day's travel or day's distance. And I couldn't find it. I could not find it. I even got my Kindle version of the Lord of the Rings out and did a text search and looked for days, and you wouldn't believe how many
greetings to you.
How many instances of the word day is let's see, if we're going from here, let's go down to whoop, and also before y'all freak out. Well, you see, that's the party tree, though. Let's go down to Dualon and see if they have one that takes us to Bree, okay?
Swilad Melon.
So we're going to go down to, not Dualon, Kellendim. Let's go down to Kellendim. Because, yeah, everybody's been going, there was a party horse right there that you could have taken you. Yes, there was. Yes, I realize that now in so many instances. But, fortunately, apparently one of y'all, I would imagine at least a little, just slightly tongue-in-cheek anyway, saying how much you enjoyed the frustration of watching me do stuff and not notice things like that. Well, there you go. Let's see if there's a party horse down here, and if it'll actually take us to Bree, maybe. Actually, that would have taken us to the party tree, and at the party tree, we could attack one to Bree, couldn't we? Yes, there you go. You see, I'm trying to learn this stuff. But, you know, when you've done it a certain way for over a decade, it is really hard to break. In our NIH, well, it's not part of the NIH assessment, but it's part of the men's stroke scale assessment when we're assessing our stroke patients every day, or every 4 hours, more likely. One of the things we get them to do is we get them to say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You look for slurring and stuff like that. But let's just say it's also quite legit that it is hard to teach an old dog new tricks. Anyway, let's go here. Let's ride to Bree. If they're going to give us a West Bree, they should. There we go. We're going to take this ride to Bree. As I said, I do appreciate the hint, Trotter. It was a very good hint. As they say, this guy's, you know, the Isfaran over there was saying that his master's puzzles were really actually very simple once you looked at them. And in this case, you know, the other one were talking about the not a man and a mighty swing and all that. I was able to figure that one out. And like the river here, the river running through the blue mountains, that runs through the blue, that was pretty easy. This one, no. I could not get it. The thing about the horse, the thing about a day's ride, sun, and all that kind of stuff, it just, and I still can't, even knowing where it's supposed to be, I still can't really figure out what the parts of the riddle have to do with it. So if y'all would like to explain that to me, I would be very, very grateful. I'm figuring that let's see, did they just go to the Lone Lands? Nope. Let's go over to Southbury. I am sitting and thinking that they couldn't, when you got there, they couldn't close the window. I'm thinking that is pretty clearly the fact that the place we're going has a giant hole in the roof and it's falling apart, because if you haven't figured it out yet, we're going to the Forsaken Inn. And we'll have to try and figure out, as I said, explain the bits to me, and please let me know where in the Lord of the Rings I can find it, because I tried. There's like, oh, what did it say? I wanted to say 187 or something around that line, 187 instances of the word day. Because I tried day's journey, day's travel, day's march, and then just day, and went through all the different parts of the word day. Well, not all of them, because I only looked for the ones who like Bree and at the Prancing Pony and that kind of stuff. And then when they were walking through the wilderness going to Weathertop, and then I read the chapter at the end, the Scouring of the Shire, when they're coming home, and could not find any instance where it's talking about any Forsaken Inn. Well, they wouldn't have called it the Forsaken Inn probably, but anything where they talk about a inn or anything like that being a day's journey from either
What can I do for you?
From either Bree or from Weathertop. Kind of mind was skipping tracks there. It's kind of like my dog. You sit there and you get and play and talk to my dog, and you'll see her do stuff occasionally. She'll just cock her head to the side, and you'll see that, you know, it's like something's running through her head. She's like skipping tracks. It's like if any of y'all are old enough to remember 8-tracks, the 8-track players back in the 70s, which were, I really have to wonder what people thought. I mean, it was before cassette tapes, so let's put it like that. That was it. It came out before the cassette tapes came out and really solved the problem, because it was like, how do you use your own music in the car? Well, buy a big old 8-track and stick it in there. And well, it wasn't before cassette tapes. I'll have to look up and see just why 8-tracks came out and why they seemed to be, why people thought they were such a good idea. But it was the same kind of thing. I mean, I can remember an 8-track that my dad had, and you're sitting there and you're playing it, and it's playing along, and it has to switch to the next track. It's going along, and like you're in the middle of the song, and it's like, far o'er the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old, we must awake, chunk chunk, as it swatches tracks, and then there was a pause, till break of day. Right in the middle of this song, it had to change tracks and went chunk chunk to get to the next part. And there was a big, like, 5-second pause on either side. And it's like, how could anyone possibly think that that was a good thing? Even if you were going to put it on an 8-track, how could anyone possibly think that was a good place to swap to the next part of the track? It was in the middle of a piece of music. But yeah, let's see. I got on 8-tracks because of talking about my dog and her 8-track thing clanging. And yeah, okay, here we, back there where I was sitting and trying to come up with the word, apparently Forsaken Inn or something like that. And yeah, I have these 8-track moments. There was no rewind on an 8-track either, and I don't remember there being a fast forward on an 8-track either. You could skip tracks. You could push the button and skip back a track or forward a track. But you couldn't rewind, you couldn't fast forward, that I can remember. It's been a long time ago. So yeah, just like this, where we're changing and going, it's hard for me to rewind and go back to what I'm talking about. So yeah, my mind is very much an 8-track. Y'all want analog? You're getting analog. Let's point out that analog is not necessarily always... Now, the folks said, oh, analog gets so much richer sound than digital does. Well, no, it's got its downsides, too, as evidenced by me. It's got some pretty severe downsides. All right. So, as part of this, we were supposed to figure out from the clues, and let's look at the clues here. The man left his horse so he could walk half a day towards the sun and half a day away from the sun. When he arrived, they couldn't close the window. Now, I'm kind of assuming that couldn't close the window applies to the giant hole in the roof. But half a day towards the sun, half a day away from the sun. Yeah, I'm going to have that one explained to me because I just do not understand it. Sorry to let y'all down, or not let you down. More likely live up to your expectations. But in this case, let's talk about 8 tracks here. In this case, I'm going to live up to the Meatloaf song. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And the fact that I was able to get through the first 2 riddles, even if the first riddle I didn't actually solve it from riddle purposes, I solved it from something else. Just lucked into brute forcing my way through it. I'm still glad that I solved it. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right? Now I'm going to have to go listen to some Meatloaf after this is over with. Let's go ahead, take the next key. Is that going to give it to us? Yep. Bring Baronin's 3rd key to Isfaron. All right. Now, whenever you click on this, does it show the keys? It does. There we go. Isfaron's friend Baronin left this key for him to find. Its location revealed by riddle. And I imagine the first key and second key had those explanations on them as well. All right, where am I actually? Travel to the personal house. Travel to Estelden in the North Downs. In the personal house, that would be in the Shire homesteads. Alrighty, we are going to head back. I'm going to hitch a ride. We are going to basically reverse our tracks all the way back over there to Dualand. And I'll see you whenever we get back to Isfaron. So we'll see y'all then. Okay, folks, we are on our way back to Dualand here, and I'm sure y'all are also face-palming and shouting about, you shoulda, because I went down here and I saw the homestead one, and y'all told me there's like long-distance stable rides at the in the homesteads now too, where you can get on a horse and ride to various places around Middle Earth, and we'll have to check that out as well. And see if that'll help us. See if sometimes mapping to our personal home down here and then taking the horse might be a good way. But once again, it's the whole, there used to not be stables. There used to not be, I mean, for 11 years or so, 11 or 12 years, there have not been stables in the homesteads. Once you took a ride to the homestead, you had to ride over, like, when I ride to the Hobbit homestead, I would have to ride out of the homestead and over to Michael Delving to get a horse ride. So I'm not used to them being there. Y'all gonna have to be patient with me. Okay. But let's go on over here. There was something else I was gonna talk to y'all about too. I don't know. It's totally slipped my mind. Probably my future plans. I'm gonna try to get a ETS Euro Truck Sim episode up today. The next step in our quest to build the Genoa Bridge. Get that one up. Once again, now that we're over there in Genoa and doing the little short trips back and forth from the bridge, it really doesn't take too much time. You can get an episode in about one trip per episode.
Hail, friend, and well
None of the multi-parters, so that's probably going to be my next plan today. Let's increase the font size. And then we'll talk a little bit later about 3D printing. I'm going to want to do a 3D printing video soon and show you what I've been doing with that. Building the Znootar from awful green things from outer space. And it's coming along nicely. I'm about 20% done. A lore master's will. This is the last key, Gnarlrynae, and now we can open the 3 boxes that Baranin left for me. I have stored them in a nearby cave for self-keeping. See, I don't feel quite so bad at not being able to solve the puzzles, that last puzzle, since he couldn't solve any of the 3. So hey, 2 out of 3, right? I have stored them in a nearby cave for self-keeping. Safekeeping. A cave I once explored with Baranin long ago. The water on the walls made a sort of music, I remember, as it fell into the pools on the floor. Though the cave has been bare and dry now for many years. You are part of this now too, Gnarlrynae. Let me know if you are ready to go, and we can travel to the cave together, and together learn what secrets Baranin has left behind. Talk to Isfaron and travel with him to the cave. Okay. Alright, we got all our pets there ready to go, just in case. This is a solo quest and cannot be completed with a fellowship. Are you ready to go? The cave is not far from here, and then we will learn what secrets Baranin left in my care. Alright, is it going to be cave claws? Is it going to be goblins? What's it going to be?
The elf lore master Isfaron received a gift from his friend Baranon before he passed over the sea. But the gift is wrapped in a riddle. Before the gift can be revealed, Baranon's puzzle must be solved.
Where you at? I was going to say, where you at, Isfaron? Isfaron study, huh? Ooh, I like the ceiling. How come we can't get ceilings like that? There any ceilings like that available in houses? I'd buy an elf house if I had a glass ceiling. That's nice. Isfaron. Alrighty.
Sweet-eyed Melon.
I have the 3 keys at the ready. Let us see what secrets Baranin left for me when he sailed into the west. Watch him open the boxes and learn their secrets. I am ready to see what Baranin left behind, Gnarlrynae. That's appropriate, though. Appropriate, I'm playing an elf in this case, isn't it? I do not understand. The box is full of earth. There are small stones in the dirt. There is a letter inside this box, a letter from Baranin. Here's what the letter says. Hail Isfaron. Congratulations first on your success. It cannot have been easy to find someone to solve my riddles for you. No, do not scowl, written in jest and with love, Isfaron. Why did I leave you these boxes? You must surely by now understand. Into the first box I placed a handful of earth. I wanted to remember the feel of that earth between my fingers forever. You will understand some day. Into the second box I placed this letter. You refused to speak to me today, but with this letter I can speak to you. The third box is empty, for I leave its contents up to you, when the time finally comes for you too to sail west. I have gone on too long. This then was my last gift to you, Isfaron, though it is much a gift to me as to you. I wanted one last riddle game with you, Isfaron. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again. Goodbye, my friend. Oh, sweet. Nice. Talk to Isfaron.
Greetings to you.
I thank you, Gnarlrynae. I have learned more than I hoped to, and I feel it has made me richer than anything else could have. Let me know if you are ready to go, and we can return to Dualan. Let's look around your study one more time. Just admire the architecture. Yeah, I like the windows. I like the windows. I like the skylight ceiling. I like all this. Nice. Alrighty, let's travel back. Completed instance, a lore master's will. Let us return to Duala, Gnarlrynae. I have much to think about. Indeedly do. You're still going to be standing here staring off into space, are you?
Hail, friend, and well met.
I cannot thank you enough, Gnarlrynae. Hearing Beranin's words brought a joy to my heart that it has not felt in too many years, and to better know his thoughts is the greatest secret your aid could have brought me. I am not as clever with words as you are, or as Beranin was, but with the dancing flames I am unmatched. Perhaps I can teach you some measure of knowledge in return for the joy you have brought me, Gnarlrynae. It is not much, but I hope it will help you in your journey. Ooh, choose one. Amarthus, which is a level 30 staff. Definitely a bit of an upgrade there. It gives Fate, Will, Vitality. And Cloak of the Serpent's Horde. Oh, that's a nice upgrade there, definitely. I'm thinking, Oh, why do you only get to choose one? They're both so nice. We're going to go with Cloak of the Serpent's Horde. That's the one we'll pick. Completed a Lore Master's Will. New deed. Class deeds tier 5. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Title awarded. Nature's Fury. Your aptitude and lore master skills has been recognized by your peers. Indeed it has. Deed bestowed. Class deeds tier 5, 1 of 3. Complete a lore master's will. Complete knowledge of the past. And complete tactically adept. Alright, tactically adept is use burning embers or sticky gourd or either the improved versions of these skills 500 times. Alright. And what was the other one? Path. Knowledge of the past, which we don't seem to have yet. We're still doing these. Complete Master of the Staff. Complete Light of Hope. Which one was Light of Hope? Is that the one where you use the 55 of 600? Use Light of Hope. I mean, I guess I've been using that. Is that... which one? Lightning Flash. Light of the Rising Dawn. I don't think that's it. I'll have to check and see what Light of Hope is. Is that the one where you heal your pet? I don't know. Once again, 8 tracks and old dogs. Alright, folks, there you go. I'm sorry if you're disappointed I couldn't figure out that last quest on my own, but I'm glad that we got it out of the way and glad that we got to see it. I am going to do my damnedest to try and do some Summerfest Farmers Fair type stuff. I haven't had a moment to do any of that. I've been spending all my time working and working in the yard. So it's been extended though. I think it's been extended to the 15th now, if I remember right. So there's a little over a week. So I might actually be able to get over there and do some of it. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to think about, are we going to proceed back to the North Downs? Or are we going to try and get some Summerfest Farmers Fair done? We shall see. Thank y'all for coming along. I hope y'all enjoyed it. We'll see you then. Thanks for all the hints and advice. And bye-bye.